Well, now we have done our mountain and we're ready to paint it. What we need is only an airbrush, and the airbrush is a very cheap one. You get that at Princess Auto or something like that, about 15 bucks. And definitely our paint, which is reduced like a wash. We apply it all over the place. The first color that I'm putting on is a very light gray. Now you can see the whole mountain has been painted with the first coat, which is great. The second coat that you put is black, a black wash. Now, it doesn't have to be all over the place, you know. You put it more mainly where you want to create some dark shadow. So in this case, instead of going this way, I'm going that way, because I want to get the underneath of the scene per se. Now you can see with the black, it's start to create some shade. So we follow now with another color which is called ochre. Now ochre, you don't want to put a ton of it. You just want to do some highlight on it. So, because with the other color that will go over top of it, it will start to give some perspective to your mountain. Now it doesn't go all over the place. As you can see already the difference. So technically what you do, you spot your color. And you do them mainly on the ridges. Now, you going in an up and now we have a very good view of what happened after you put the ochre. Now, ochre is a very strong color. Some people will want to leave the mountain just the way it is right now. It's a matter of preference, a matter of choice. For us, we decide no, we want to keep on going. We got 3 more colors to put in. The next one is a light brown on a wash. You put it here and there, really someplace you want to have a little more. You know, now it starts to mix with your okra. Because you want to give some dimension to your color. Okay, the light brown has been applied. Now you can see that it's some place it take a little bit over the ochre. It mixed. The reason why is I use a method what is called wet on wet. Now how do I mix that paint? That paint, well, I use white, black to make your gray, and I use, for mountain, I use regular tap water with the acrylic paint. Now, I add onto it probably the value of about half an ounce of isopropyl 40, which make the drying process a little faster. Now, I have to stipulate in here that all my paint is mixed on a 1 liter at the time because of the amount of painting I have to do with mountain. So the next color that we will be putting on is a dark brown. That's the before last paint. Now that paint is exactly the same thing. You just spot it. Some area you will need a little more. That is a matter of preference, of how exactly you want your mountain to look, because depending on the size of your layout, some places the rock are not the same from one place to another, so you have to have a variation in your color according to the geography that you want to reproduce. Now you can really see the difference that it makes. This mountain per se has a lot of wood, a lot of trees. So your dark brown that you're putting in would be pretty important as far as the base before you put some grass and underneath the brushes and so on and so on. Now you go over it as much as you want to have the effect that you're looking for. Now, having said that it dry real fast, it is. So our dark brown now has been applied, and the next coat that we put in, we go back to a different shade of gray to finish the mountain. Now we are to the last step, painting the mountain, and it's the last shade of gray. Now, after that is all done, it's time to start to scenic your mountain. So meaning adding on the trees, the grass, the underbush, building the scene, the trails or whatsoever. In this instance here, we got the observatory and the Chameleon Hood highway behind, and so on. And then it's ready to go into the layout because this specific mountain is portable. Now, you might want to leave it the way it is. You know, that is your own choice, as I said before. Now, the gray, the last gray that you put in is a spot color. You know, it's not, you don't paint the whole thing over because you want to keep the colors that you already build up into your mountain. So the best way to do it is still at that point with your airbrush. Now the pressure that I use on the compressor is 20 pounds. You don't need more than that. There you go, your mountain now is done. Now in another video, we'll show you how we do our trees and how we plant the trees and how to make a scene with that specific mountain. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My technique might be a little different from some others, okay? You do not have to buy yourself a high price gun to do it. Like I said, the $15 at Princess Auto does the job, and it goes from one color to another. Now, how do I clean them? Very simple. I clean them with window cleaners, with Windex. I spray the Windex, and it cleaned my airbrush, and I do the same thing with the jar, and it's done, ready for the next project. So till next time, happy modeling.